What's up, Sauce? We're sitting at the river. There weren't any tweakers in the good spot, so we're able to get closer to the water. I just can't go any further because there's a fucking drop off right there. Enjoy. I can't bring my real weed in case one of our local heroes decides to rock up on me and give me a fucking DUI if I have weed. I wonder if that dude that doesn't drive will rock up on me. The last time I was down sitting in this spot, he came up. What's up, Alibis? My dad's at the bottom of this fucking river. That was good. My dad was cremated, and my mom thought the best location for his ashes would be at the bottom of this fucking river because she's a retard. So now I got to come here. I don't get a fancy headstone or nothing. This is a very morbid thought. I'm going to say before I say the thought. My dad only had to deal with my mom's bullshit for about 6 years, and then he checked out. And I'm older now than he was when he checked out, and it feels very weird. Um, I dealt with her bullshit for 26 years, so I got 20 years on him, and I'm still fucking here. I'm also older now than he was when he died. He was 21. I'm about to be 27 here in September. What's up, Tink? There is a bee that really likes my fucking hairspray. Jesus Christ. Get out of here. What's up, Nader? I'm good. We're just having a little emo hour, is all, folks. Sorry I don't have any tunes for you. Believe it or not, Nader is actually what we used to call my youngest sister when we were kids. When she was still using her dead name. Her dead name was Emma, so we called her Emma Nader, like the Terminator. She's not dead. She just goes by a different name now. Thank you. I can't tell if I hear a squeaky bike or a bird that sounds like a squeaky bike. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. I wish I didn't have to worry about our local heroes coming and complaining about if I smoked weed down here. Otherwise, I would have brought some weed. Grab my vape, but it's not the same. I had a feeling that if I brought any actual flour and I came down here alone, a cop would rock up and be like, "Ooh, better not drive, boy. I'll get you a DUI." The spots you're able to park along the river are like I don't know, like a quarter mile from a park, like close enough I can hear the kids over there playing. And they got some sort of like, I think they got a baseball game going on over there right now. Yeah, I got stalkers and harassers. No, I think the only person that would rock up here is either a cop or this dude that I know in town that rides his bike everywhere, but I haven't seen that guy in a couple years, so I don't know if he's still around or not. The only other time I had someone rock up on me over here was the last time I was streaming from a parking lot a little bit down, or a parking spot down the road a little bit, when that old dude pulled up and was like, "What's going on?" I even got my little ashtray so that people don't yell at me for having butts. Trying to minimize any bad interactions. There's lots of birds fucking about over here because this a lot of the area along the river is covered in like various berries. The ones I can see from right here are like there's some thimbleberries and some salmon berries and some raspberries, but I know further down the road there's a bunch of blackberries. There are some fat. I don't know if y'all can see them. There's some fat. No, you can't. There's really big berries hanging off the fucking bush over there. What's up, Charlie? It'd be awesome if I had someone else with a fucking driver's license that would hang out with me. I'd love to come down here and have a fucking drink or two, but I have to be a responsible adult and drive myself everywhere. Oh, oh no, if y'all can see it, but there's a log just floating down. Very nice. There's very silly laws out here about taking things from the river. So there's a ton of like abandoned logs that no one can legally pull out of the river because there was laws made back when in order to transport the logs they cut down, they would have to float them down the river. So they made laws there that you can't pull anything out of it. But even if there's just like a lost ship that nobody's going to use, if you try to pull it up, you'll get fined for it. There was this show on the Discovery Channel about loggers, and there was this dude on there. His name is Shelby, and he tried to come up here and pull logs out of the river. Not this one, but one of the other ones, and he got a huge fine for it. There's like good wood here, but can't take it, boy. I hear someone backing their boat in. Right over a couple hundred feet to the right of me, there's like a little docking area where you can drop your boat in, or boat launch, I guess it's called. It's just very thick foliage, so you can't see it, but you can hear people fucking around over there. One time when I was here, I saw some dude. He had like a couple of chicks on his boat. He had one of those like flat fishing boats with the motor on the back of it, like the fucking tin boys. And he was hauling ass up the river, and then his hat flew off and fell into the water, and they whipped around and tried to catch it, but that bitch sank. Homeboy not only lost his hat and then looked like a fool because he turned around to try to get it. I bet you he got no pussy. When I was like 13, 14, somewhere in there, me and my friends would go fucking get weed from the inappropriately older dude that hung out around the high school. We would go buy weed from him and then come down here and smoke. And then we would like have 5 cigarettes and split 5 cigarettes between the group. I haven't had a halfie in a minute, bitch. I only know of one person from that group that still lives in town, but her husband doesn't like me, so we don't hang out anymore. No, I mean like splitting a cigarette. Like I would smoke half, they would smoke half, or the other way around. Someone would get the short half of the cigarette. No, I don't fuck with spliffs. I'll smoke a cigarette after smoking weed. I don't like mixing it together. A lot of people call them shorts, the half a cigarette. What's up, Jesco? I don't see any of them, but I can hear fish jumping somewhere along the bush line. I'm pretty close to the water. There's just a very steep drop off, and there's not spot to like set up my phone down there. If I wanted to like sit on the hill, I could do that, but my phone stand would fall over. I brought Troy here in this spot one time to try to teach him how to fish, but this was not a good spot to bring a new fisher because he lost all my lines up in these fucking trees, boy. All my lines, all my weights. There used to be way more, I guess, beach type land right here, but a lot of the side of the river fell in when it flooded a couple years ago. There used to be a lot more spots on the side of the road you could park at, but that all fell off into the river. This is the only one you can like kind of get out to the water to from the road. Otherwise, it's road and sharp drop off. The people across the way there, their backyard is the river, so they can just go post up out there. This side of the river is all road and park, though. I watched a body cam one time where a dude from my city, he was parked up at the Burger King, and the Burger King over here has rules where they have to call the police if someone's sitting there when they're trying to close, and they can't leave the building unless there's nobody sitting in the parking lot. And this dude was just sitting there trying to use their free Wi-Fi in the parking lot. Like, he wasn't trying to bug them, he was just using that Wi-Fi. And he ran from the police because he had a warrant. And he drove over the bridge to the other side of the river there and ran away from the cops in the river. And I'm amazed this man didn't die. He got really lucky, just like hung out in the shallow area. He could have swept the fuck away. But he trudged around for about 5 hours before he gave up because the cops weren't leaving. Y'all see that hummingbird? Hello. It's getting kind of close. Suckling from all the little flowers. Very cute. People don't camp in this section. There are other spots up the river where there's like actual nature preserves and whatnot, and you can like reserve camping spots. I've never seen anyone just like camp on the side of the river in this spot though. Although I suppose it is big enough. If you really want to, you could. But ground is so uneven. I went camping further up the river, but still on this river. It was either last summer or the summer before. It might have been the summer before. Further east you go from right here, there's a ton of camping spots. But from right here west, it's all city or town. Whatever, you can't really call it a town because there's like fucking 12 people that live there. But you can't really see it too well because there's a tree line covering it. But that mountain in front of me on the other side of the river, all but the very top of it has been logged out, so that you can just like see dead tree chilling there and random foliage. They do it responsibly though. They plant new trees. I can see there's a bunch of new trees up there. They will like log out a section and then plant a bunch of new ones and then log out the next section. That's like one of the main industries when you live in the middle of the woods is logging. It's fucking deadly though. My mom knew a guy that she used to do drugs with that was a logger, and one of the chains like slipped off the tree he was working on and like fucking snapped up and broke his spine, and now he's like in a wheelchair and shit. Logging be dangerous. That's why they get paid the big bucks. Smells like gasoline, bitch. What the fuck? Someone that just drove by must have a fucking leaky tank. We are not fishing bumming. Maybe fishing for attention. You want to go in the water? I don't have any actual flour with me because I feel like this would be the one time a cop rocked up on me and then was like, better not drive home, boy, or I'll give you a DUI. I got my pen. And my little snaily boy. I'm almost out though. I gotta go to the weaver. I have flour at the house. You know who called me today? Ugly Hobo called me today. He had been in jail for 3 weeks for homelessness related charges, is all I can really call them because it's some bullshit. He had like a public intox and a disorderly. Which, like, if you're homeless, yeah, you're gonna be drunk in public, bitch. What's up, blocked party? A triple blinker? You got me fucked up, bummin'. You got me fucked up. I don't know if this thing has enough battery left to take a triple blinker. I'm gonna have to plug it into the portable. I brought my portable charger with me. What I really want to do is get over at them fat fucking raspberries I see hanging from that bush, but I don't want to walk through stinging nettle to get there. No, I have the portable charger plugged into my phone. It just also has enough charge in case. I carry both types of chargers in the car anyhow. My phone's plugged into the portable charger right now. I had to bring my extra ass fucking long thing. I don't want to get stinging nettle all up my shit, dude. There's some fucking juicy looking raspberries, though. We are taught in school here that if the berry is too far away for you to reach just standing, then it is not for you. It's for the animals. I haven't. I got a knife and whatnot in the car. I have a box cutter in the car because it's in my toolkit. I have like a basic toolbox in there. I can just visibly see all the stinging nettle I would have to get through. Jessica, when I was in Chicago, I lived in a suburb of Chicago. I lived in like Gary. I dated this guy, and when he broke up with me, he said that to me. Context: his family didn't like me because I'm white. C'est la vie. I suppose young Milky scared them when she came over wearing an ICP shirt and fucking black jeans and a spiked collar, but c'est la vie. When I was a teenager, I was very into ICP. I haven't listened to them in a long time, but I've started listening recently because I know I'm going to the gathering, and I don't want them to be like, "You're a fake juggalo. Name all 9 Joker cards right now," and I only know like 4 of them and not in order. I should try to look like King Cobra, is what you're telling me, Bummin? I do have a goth cowboy hat that I made myself. I didn't make the hat myself, but I accessorized it myself. It's like a cow print cowboy hat, and then I added studs along the edge of it, and I added like so there's like short studs around the brim, and then there's long studs around the actual part that goes on the head, and it's got a little sheriff star on it. And I got an upside down American flag because the hicks in my town won't realize that that means like anarchy. There's another log floating down there. What do you mean gatekeeping? The locals don't gatekeep looking like a cowboy. I just thought it would be funny because they don't know what it means. I have like a little upside down toothpick with an American flag on it. Yeah, juggalos are really like that. Not all of them, some. But the some that are very loud about it. Makes everyone look bad. Bitch, um, a quality lady switched to our shift from the day shift, and she was wearing a tank top the last day I was at work, and on the back of her neck, she has a fucking Hatchet Man tattoo. And I almost lost my shit when I saw it. I almost laughed so hard. I think there is a very large buffer between me and you, chat. Either that or my brain's moving faster than time actually is. Every day we buffer in. You right, buddy. Absolutely right. Name 5 songs. In My Room, Southwest Voodoo, What is a Juggalo, Net in Game, fuck. I don't know if this is the right name, but it's like Hallway or something. Hallway to Hell. I know a bunch of songs, I don't remember the names. Mr. Johnson's Head, yes. Halls of Illusion. Probably is. It's only like 50 degrees outside right now, so I'm guessing the water is pretty close to just above freezing. I'll give it a solid 36 degrees. I don't have a fucking thermometer though to go check. The water doesn't even get warm enough to swim in until like mid-July. Summer is kind of off now. It's still pretty cold right now, even though it's June. Like mid-late July to early September is really when the summer is. And that's when it's about safe to swim in. We still get spring until very late into June. Well, I would tell you to ask Lauren, but Lauren went to rehab. Lauren knows all about what I'm talking about. With this, the different seasons, and they're lying to us about the sun's degree tilt. Is she home already? I didn't watch her at all. I spent like 2 hours on the phone with Ugly Hobo today, and then I watched some body cams, and then I came to the river. Oh my god, I hope she doesn't kill Rumi. That's not going to be good for anybody. How are we all going to make it to the promised land if Lauren is in jail? I don't know if I can run the fucking Milk Christ Foundation by myself. Thank you. I appreciate you. There was we got like maybe 2 days of very light snow, like so light that it melted after like an hour of landing. It was unseasonably warm, but it's still pretty chill into the summer. I think we hit freezing temperatures like for 2 weeks this year. She's got a knife. Oh, Lord. Lauren. That is true, Jessica. The world always burns everything off and comes back. It's the same way that wildfires work so well for forests. You burn off all the shit that's not helping, and then that being burnt off makes good nutrients to grow better things that are already growing and new things that are better than the ones that were before. That's why pine cones need extreme heat to open. But they can get that heat in like a fucking 100-degree day. Little science lesson for you folks. Where I live, we have both carnivorous and deciduous trees. Usually, places have one or the other. That's like the difference between a pine tree and a maple tree. We have very fertile land, although a lot of the land is actually just sand, and that's why we have a lot of like mudslides up off the mountains because shit gets too heavy, and then the sand gives way from the rock. Hell yeah, peanut butter pine cone bird feeders. Carnivorous and deciduous. I may be saying that wrong. I know carnivorous means eat meat. Something about the trees. I'm a retard, you know this. Sound real smart. No, the trees do not eat meat. It was deciduous and it's something else. It started with a C. Coniferous. My bad, bumming. I was dropped on the head a couple times, and then I had my head flung to a fucking coffee table, so my brain's not all there. My dad used to do this thing where he would like hang me by my ankles and he would swing me back and forth and say Milky fish, not that. He would say my real name fish. And one time he whacked my fucking skull into the corner of a coffee table and my skull was still soft. So I'm a little dumb. Yeah, now I think trees eat meat. Yeah. That's why you're not supposed to go out into the woods at night. They tell you it's because there's creatures out there, but it's really just the trees. They'll fucking get you. Fucking X-Files starts playing in the background. I'm surprised that hummingbird came so close earlier. Usually I have to sit here very quietly for a few hours before any animals will approach. I'm surprised it came out while I was talking. Two-legged tax slave furless. Beautiful. It sounds like I'm getting blown up, but it's Uber Eats being like, order food, bitch. That's fucking terrible. Yeah, you think the hummingbird was Andy spying on me? Fuck you, specimen. What are you, a pussy lip? Take 30, bitch. I love that. I love that so much. I'm very proud of the new intro that I made for the computer streams. I've listened to it many times. It's so good. I'm very proud of my work. Are hummingbirds bugs? Crustification is happening all around us. Y'all know what crustification is? No, it's not dirty undies. Crustification is a phenomenon that's happened about 4 or 5 times where, like, on land species somehow evolved back into crab. They just became crabs again. I don't remember the names off the top of my head. I would have to pull it up. I do not know words, Bummin. I've told you more than once. The American education system has failed me. I was a no kid left behind one too many times, and I should be in 3rd grade. Well, thank you for bumming for reminding me I'm a fucking idiot. I appreciate you. Much love. See, my problem is I will learn about things and then I'll try to repeat them and I sound like a retard doing it because I forget exactly how to say the things. I have seen a crab fight a pistol shrimp. I did a big fucking. I spent 2 weeks looking at pistol shrimp one time when I was super manic. Them bitches are crazy. There's a guy I follow on the Facebook, whatever shorts thing they have that has one. Or he has a mantis shrimp, not a pistol shrimp. That guy like fucking kicks. He like kicks the side of the glass really hard, so the guy has to like get up in the middle of the night to feed him so he can go back to sleep. I gotta swap out my battery pack because this one's almost dead. There we go. Turbo power connected. I carry around 2 of these fucking giant battery bricks. They hold like 4 charges of phone apiece. Never gonna catch me with a dead phone, bitch. I wish this bee would fuck off. Like, my hairspray doesn't even smell like fruit or flower or anything. It just smells like fucking. I'm opening a hole in the ozone layer. I'm not gonna swat at it or anything, though, because I don't want it to fucking bite me or sting me. Thank you, Tink. I will watch that later when I get back to the house. I think later this afternoon, me and Troy are gonna walk down to. There's a Mexican restaurant right down the road from us, like 2, maybe 3 blocks, and his grandma gave us gift cards for one of the holidays to go there. So we're gonna go eat some Mexican food and have some margaritas, and then walk back to the house. And then I'll probably try to do my fucking Macho Man Milky Savage call out to Country Thug then when I'm lit and ready to go. Is she extra mad? Who picked her up from rehab? How did she get home? Oh my god, I have so many questions. Because I think Rumi just caved and picked her up when she ran away from detox. And if it's court ordered rehab, how did she run away? Or maybe she hasn't left yet. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening with her. I bet she is pissed. I'd be pissed off too if I had court ordered rehab because I got a ticket for jacking off in my car in a parking lot. These pigs are truly infringing on our rights. Make masturbation free again. I should be able to have a succulent car wank without being punished. Why is there someone pulling up right now? Yeah, that's true. Still 0 raspberries, yes. I follow the rule that if I can't reach it, it's not for me, it's for the animals. They do look delicious, though. Got too much shit in my pocket, bitch. Bitch, if I could find Jinko pants in my fucking big ass size, I would wear the fuck out of them. Oh my god. If I can get them laptop pockets, bitch. There's a crow eating that raspberry I was gonna pluck right now. See, I told you, Bummin. It's not for me, it's for the animals. That fucking crow just plucked the raspberry I was looking at and is eating it in the bush right now. I told you. It already flew off, dude. And you can't see where the berries were anyway. I tried to show it earlier. Right up on the top of that fucking bush, which you can't tell which bush because it's all green. Bitch. Yeah, I'm a liar. I'm a dirty liar. How do you mean? Do you mean the fact that I just stay constantly smoking? Because it's not really my lungs, it's the hand to mouth motion. I do have a bit of an oral fixation. Well, I also don't take a blinker every single time I take a rip. I take a short little, like, 2 second puff. See, the problem is, though, my hips, my fucking biggest point is a 52. My waist is a 44. My hips, though, are a 52. I typically wear all my pants up to my fucking waist so my butt crack doesn't hang out. Wear my shit up over my fucking belly button. I used to have a sewing machine, and I didn't like add pockets to existing clothes, but I added pockets to like the linings of this really big hippie purse that I had. And I also made a couple of pieces of clothing. I made a pair of it's like an overall dress type thing I got at the house. And I made a pair of pants that I don't have anymore. They were like construction orange fleece sweatpants. But I fucked up. I didn't sew the seam of the crotch hard enough. I didn't like make it strong enough, so I busted them. I don't even have space to like sew anymore. When I was sewing, I was at my grandmother's house and she has a giant fucking like one of those kitchen tables you can seat like 12 people at because we have a ton of people in the family. So I was sewing on that. I don't have a big enough space to work at. I also gave my sewing machine to my sister when I moved out. I can like hand sew still pretty well. Takes forever, but my stitches are strong. I'm good at working with my hands, which is why I did so well as a trimmer and why I do so well on my production line. If I can like get in a groove and nothing interrupts me, I can knock some shit out real good. I've never tried knitting. Troy's sister does I don't know if it's knitting or crochet, and I don't want to say one and be wrong because I know they're very different. But she made me a little beanie one year, and this year I got a pot holder. I don't know. I've never watched her actually do it. She like lives in Boston, and she just like comes to visit for Christmas. That bitch is loud. That so it was a bird. That's the bird that I thought sounded like a squeaky bike. Or that might not even be a bird at all. That might be a squirrel yelling. Squirrels kind of sound like that. Mm. I don't know if I want to share my knowledge with you, Bummin, because you're a hater. Yeah, definitely. The crows were listening to me, Sauce. They know. They know. They know. Government drones. Birds aren't real. They're listening. I've been punked. You know what it was? It was Bummin. Bummin fucking did it. Bummin came over here with his stupid little crow drone and plucked the raspberry I was looking at because he's a sick, evil freak and wanted to prove me wrong. He wanted to call me a liar. Fucking scum! Scum! I do. You've unlocked some Milky lore, Tink. I have quite a bit of knowledge on how to survive in the woods without a shelter. That was a big hyperfixation of mine for a very long time. I like have a bug out bag that is enough to last me for like a week if I don't have food, but I do also have like hunting supplies. I know how to build like snare traps. I have all sorts of what to eat in the woods and not die. I know there's this book I have that like tells you the different deer tracks depending on how a deer is wounded after you've hit it with a bow. I don't think I could rule the apocalypse. I just think I could survive for longer than the average person. I don't know how much longer because once I'm out of psych meds, we're gonna start getting real polar in this bitch. I might just go crazy and have to be put out of my misery for the safety of everyone else. No, I don't take lithium. I wouldn't want to take lithium. Uh, my aunt, who isn't really my aunt, she was just like my mom's best friend, died of lithium poisoning. Or not, uh, her fucking whatever organ shut down because she took lithium for 20 years. It didn't help that she was an alcoholic. I think it was her liver. I take Wellbutrin and Lamictal, and then like a series of vitamin supplements because I don't eat very well. Make some slam poetry right now. Hmm. Have you guys ever heard the stories of people saying that they didn't realize someone was flirting with them until like years and years later? I had one of those, and I didn't realize till about 2 years ago what had happened. Um, I used to hang out with this girl. She's the same age as me, and we would like hang out with our boyfriends together. We would hang out in like big groups of people together. She was like in the same party group that I was in at the time, and one night I was staying at her house, and she said, you know, like we both kind of really need a shower, and like I want to conserve water, so maybe we should do it together. And I was like, cool, fucking save water, save the planet. And she was like, you know, like maybe we should save some electricity too. And she fucking lit candles, and I just took a shower. I washed my ass and I got out, and I did nothing. All the signs. I don't read social cues well, folks. I may be acoustic, yes. It's very possible. Oh yeah, you enjoy the litter that was left here? I pack all my shit in and out. I brought my little disgusting jar of cigarette butts so I can throw my butts away. I have my backpack to put my energy drink can into when I get up to leave. The only litter I'm leaving is my fucking loogies. I'm hawking up. You want to see my cig jar? It's an empty Starbucks thing that I poured Diet Dr. Pepper into when it got too warm sitting in my car. And I got ciggy butts in there so they don't catch fire. That's not a yellow Red Bull, that's a twisted tea. Oh, was she? I haven't been keeping up with Now. I think the peak of my attention in both Now and Cobes came in their little arc together. I knew of King Cobra before then, but didn't really watch him a lot, and I didn't know about her before then. And the only reason I ever watched any of it at all is because I heard Marty talk about Courtney, and then I was watching when Courtney was live, and then Jessica Messica was in the chat, so I started watching Jessica Messica, and that's when I got involved in all of that when that was going on. Marty is truly the one connection. I miss him so much. I'm gonna cry. I didn't even talk to him. I just watched him. He doesn't play in keys. He plays in feeling. Yeah, now, though it was entertaining, it was not a good arc for anybody involved. Everybody came out worse for wear, which I guess could have been the intent of someone sending her there. Although Cobes gets his own apartment, his fucking 2-bedroom house now. The boy can bog out in a bigger area, even if he doesn't put it on camera. 3-bedroom, oh shit. Homeboy is rolling in it. Poppin' Nips really got him good. That is so much space for one bog. Holy shit. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Get out of my face, dude. I also hate that she taught him to mute and cover the camera. Is the bathroom not crusty enough for him? He can't take a shower unless there's like a big soap scum ring around the tub or what? Yeah, he needs the smell of mildew. I can only imagine what that fucking chair smells like, dude. So, I live in a very temperate climate. It's pretty moist here. So, our homeless people, if they don't go to the laundromat often enough, get a very, I want to say mildewy, but it's like stronger than mildew. It's like fucking straight moss sent to them. How much for me to huff the chair? How much for me to even go to Casper, Wyoming? I would be afraid to be in that city. I don't even want to interact with that man. Holy shit. I wouldn't be nice. It would not be good. It would not be good content. I would just be mean to him. And then I would feel bad. So I don't like doing that. I reserve that for tweakers like Country Thug, who'd steal his wands. Dude, you got my fucking brain working here, bummin'. I bet. I don't even want to say that. Never mind. Never mind. sounds like shit. That was a little sedan and not even like a racing sedan. That's not supposed to sound like that. Yeah, I'm like literally, I can see the road from where I'm sitting. I'm not that deep in the woods. It's very deceiving. I know one of you fucking guys knows. How much does it cost to live in that trailer park that he lives in? Someone's gotta have looked it up, trying to figure out where he's at. So I know a fucking 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom trailer would be way more than Papa Nips could afford out here. Is it cheap? Mm. Out here, they don't just let you do like a month to month thing on it. You have to like literally get a mortgage on the entire cost of the thing and then pay the bank. And then on top of paying the bank for the mortgage, you have to pay lot tax at the trailer park. I see. 1,200 a month. That's cheaper than a fucking studio apartment here. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. If you already have a trailer, you can get a decent price on a lot to park it in here. I was looking on Marketplace and they're like $500-600 a month for a lot that like has electric and water hookup. But a good trailer that you can actually live in is almost as expensive as a fucking trap house. You know what I mean? 17, Jesus Christ. What do you do for work? I rent a room for my mother-in-law and I'm paying her around like 800 a month. Okay, that's fine. You're good. Oh, you're in Vegas. Okay. That's why it's so expensive. I see. Mans is in the mafia, working in Vegas, doesn't want you to know his job. This fucking guy. Tell Gambino I said hello. That's a big fucking trailer. The manufactured homes can get pretty big though. My grandma has a triple wide manufactured home that has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. That's a fucking big bitch. But she owns the land already that she put it on, and I'm not sure what the mortgage payment on that bitch is. It's been there for a good like almost 15 years now, 16 years. She had like a regular double wide there before, but then they tore it down and built the big boy. Oh my god. Of course he wouldn't change the curtains. What single man would change the curtains even if they knew people would be looking for him? Oh my god. I would change the curtains just because I don't want that color curtain. Fuck. I don't even think people are looking for me. I would change the fucking curtains. I don't need a lot of space. A double wide would not be bad. I don't want to live in a single wide though. I did that for about 2 years, and that's not it. Cause I need at least a double wide. I need a second bedroom. I need one to sleep in and one for other shit to happen in. I just have too much shit. I also didn't have water hookups to that trailer either. I just had like an extension cord running from my grandmother's house to the trailer. I had to like go inside the house to shower or use the bathroom or anything, which is very inconvenient because then they get mad that I'm opening and shutting the door in the middle of the night because I gotta piss. It's not great. I think I hear a boat. Did you know that there's a ghost right behind you right now, Bummin? Ooh, spoopy. I wish it wasn't so cold. I kind of want to go stick my toes in the water. I'm not going to do that. See, if you're smart, you bring fucking wipes with you outside for when you gotta piss. Unless you have a penis, and well, lucky you if you do. I did not wear thick enough clothes to be out here. Uh, The skeeters are starting to get me. Oh no. I'm gonna put you in my pocket for a second.